got it cut out and flat again, and here's the 12-ton bottle jack sitting in there. Fits pretty good. I think I might add another set of springs on each side. It does retract it actually pretty good, better than I thought for just having one spring on each side. But towards the top it struggles a little bit, so I think I'm gonna put another set on there. But now I just need to put these pieces back. Some of these I can save. I used the oxyacetylene torch and an angle grinder and cut these things out. I think most of these are savable, but make a new thing for this one. Add another set of springs, I think. And yeah, now it's magically a 12-ton. Like I should have made it originally. Yeah, like I said, the 4-ton, I already had that bottle jack just laying around, so I figured, you know, might as well use it. But I knew when you'd buy these things, you'd get them in 12 or 20 tons. But I thought, oh, for what I'm doing, 4-ton would probably be sufficient. But no one even makes a 4-ton, and at least this size of press that I've seen or that I know of. So I stepped it up to a 12-ton. So yeah. Here's the 12-ton bottle jack all in place here. I also put a little tack up here to keep it from moving around, which helps. I did that with the last one, but it's in here and it worked. And I positioned this relative and down here to where here and here are pretty much exactly level. So it's completely straight. So yeah, next thing is this lower part down here. I'm gonna put each piece like this, and then it'll have the adjustability. And I have, or here they are, these plates that I'll use. I might have to oversize the holes on both of these a little bit to make them all work, because like I said earlier, they're a little bit wavy, but should be able to make it work. So yeah. Okay, I ran into a little bit of a situation here. I left myself with about an 1/8 inch when I had it tacked between this channel and this channel in between. So there's about an 1/8 inch of space in between these. But when I set the weld, they were really hot to burn these in. Nice and hot. Well, heat does what it does, and it contracted it pretty good. And now you can move it with a hammer, but you can't really slide it. And I tried grinding the rails a little bit and using some lubricant, and it's pretty stuck. So trying to think of ways or methods I can use to widen this out a little bit. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the angle grinder there and then make a cut here, here, and on the other side. And then using the torch, the oxyacetylene torch, and heating it up in here, and then possibly being able to bend this out on both sides, on all four corners. Maybe that'll help. So I'll try it. After all that work, moves freely. And put the bolts in, and I will get some grade 8 bolts for it. I might even upgrade these 1/2 inch to 5/8, since this is a 12-ton bottle jack, but now it's locked into place. Yeah, here it is. This part slides now. It's all in the shadow. Seems like, also wrote the date in here of making it. Took about 3 days. Well, I did have to modify for this other bottle jack, but this thing is pretty heavy. I used basically all the 20 feet I bought. This is all that's left over. Let's see how long this is. About 30 and a half inches left out of 20 feet. So yeah, this thing weighs quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna put these casters on, and they're 125 pounds each. And like I said, they have a brake on them. So this thing will roll around, and then you can lock it down. So next thing to do is weld those casters on. Here's the press basically all done here. It's not painted right now. I might paint it in the future, but for right now, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I think it turned out pretty good. The casters are a really nice addition because you can just roll it around. I calculated the weight and this thing weighs about 90 pounds. So those casters are definitely nice to have. And then you can lock them all down too. And the extra springs I added on each of these really help it return. So you can see it moves down. And then just and then this platform adjusts really nicely. My date, when I made it, or was at least working on it. And then you can see if I put this 4x4 in here, it just goes right through it, this 1 inch. So it just starts going right in there. It turns up. And yeah, no problem. But yeah. All I used to build this was a MIG welder, an angle grinder, and the oxyacetylene torch. 3 basic tools. So that'll complete this series. And this thing will be nice. Definitely nice to use for a lot of stuff in the future.